made coffee, so I'm gonna go get it. Oh my god. Okay, I'm back. I have my coffee. It says Cat Bomb. Today's video is going to be my February wrap up. Tell me why I always dread making this video. Is it because I have to use my brain? Yes. It's not like a haul where I could just be like, this book, this book, this book. Pinks, come here. Pink. Say hi, Pink. I wanted to show you mine and my boyfriend's outfits today because I'm wearing this shirt and my Demon Slayer pants, and I told him that he should wear his Hunter x Hunter shirt and his Hunter x Hunter pants, and then he got dressed and he was wearing it and I was like, oh my god, you're wearing it. No, that's beside the point. That's fine. Ah! No. She's playing with my bookmark. It's a really cute bookmark, so I'd rather you don't do it. Stop it. I don't know what it is, but for some reason I keep doing these very ambitious TBRs with like, I don't know, 400 books on them. So last month my TBR had 10 books on it and I read 7 books from it, and then I listened to 1 audiobook, which was just, I don't know why. I just added that in there when I had 3 other books that I had to read, but then I did end up starting. No, don't go in there. Say hello. Doesn't like me. What was I talking about? Hello. Did I even say hello? Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Crystal, and today's video is going to be a February wrap-up. Yay! In February, I read 7 books, listened to 1 audiobook, so 8 books, but only 7 of those were on my TBR, which had 10 books on it, and I am so upset because I could have finished, except my New York trip messed me up. So the Disneyland trip, I honestly thought that was going to mess me up, but I did finish a book and start a book during that trip. And New York, I brought a book. Sorry, I thought I saw Yak on the bed. Binks has a very sensitive stomach and she threw up yesterday, and I keep finding like Yak in his places. Anyways, listen, I keep getting distracted. Stop.
Wow,
let's get started with the 8 books that I read in February. The first book that I read, and it honestly seems like so long ago that I posted my review of this book, but my first book of February was Spark of the Everflame. I think it's because I started it in January. Is that correct? Okay, I started this book on January 30th and I finished on February 2nd. So as we know, I gave this book 5 stars. Do I have to review this? Like I have a whole video talking about it. But like this has very quickly become my bookish Roman Empire. Like I have not stopped thinking about it. Oh, let me show you these books really quickly. So these books are all going to be part of my haul. Actually, not all of them. This is like my March TBR and then the remainder of my February TBR. But the rest are all new books that are going to be in my haul coming up. Depending on when the last book from the haul comes in, because there was one book that is very popular right now and it is like sold out. So I tried to look at Barnes & Noble, sold out. I had already checked before going to Barnes & Noble and it was not in stock at the New York store. So regardless, I bought it online and it was supposed to come this weekend, but we'll see if that happens. let's see what I wrote. I put, I really need to start writing reviews as soon as I finish because I genuinely don't remember why I rated each book the way I did by the time it's time to film my wrap up, LOL. So that's still where I'm at. My brain is does not, yes. So Spark of the Everflame, 5 stars. We all know how I feel about this book. Is that what I wrote? We all know how I feel about this. That's literally what I wrote. And then I wrote, go watch my review of it. I am in love with this book. I don't know. Should I talk about it? Nah. I literally talk all about it. So anyways, whatever. This book follows DM Bellator and the mystery of where her mother went as she navigates the world of the Descended, who are the descendants of the gods and their mortal sires. I don't know. Does that make sense? So the Descended are technically half god, half mortal. But they do not get along with the mortals at all. And Diem is a healer. In her mother's absence, she becomes a palace healer. There's just a lot of secrets that come to light. Ooh, light. So Lumnos is the realm of light and shadow. So if you knew that, that joke would have, I think it would have landed a little better. But it's really cool because there are 9 realms of, I still don't know how to say this, but Emerion. I need to look at the pronunciation, because the author Pen Cole has all the pronunciations on her Instagram story, and I keep forgetting to go back and look at that. But read this book, please. Oh, oh my god. Can you see? I literally just smacked it on the carpet. Whatever. Anyways, I have no notes because I literally said we all know how I feel about this book and to just watch my review. So I have no thoughts. But oh my god, 3 of my videos have hit over 100 views, which I think is just crazy. All my other ones are still under like 50, but like, it's so cool. If you watched any of my videos, thank you so much. Hear me out. These next 2 books are like the perfect match, I think. And I feel like if you read one, you should read the other. Why? I will tell you. The 7-Year Slip, Butcher and Blackbird. Both of the male main characters are chefs, and I have just recently finished The Bear. I think in January. Me and my boyfriend just binge watched the whole series, and then I read The 7-Year Slip, and then I read Butcher and Blackbird, and it was just more fun, I guess. Like, this reminds me of The Bear. Not really, but just the restaurant aspects of each book I appreciated more after watching The Bear. Weird, I know. This book, I feel like I might change my rating, and I will tell you why. I originally gave this book a 4.75 stars, and I think I might bump it up to a 5-star, but not yet. I want to give this book another chance, but because I was so in love with Spark of the Everflame, it put me in like a little bit of a book slump, and so The 7-Year Slip unfortunately came after Spark of the Everflame, and I was kind of, not that I didn't want to read, I wanted to read, but it was like, if I was not reading the Kindred's Curse saga, I did not want to read, and so it took me a little bit longer to get into this book. So this story follows Clementine after her aunt passes away and she inherits her apartment, and her aunt tells her that this apartment is magical, and we later find out that this apartment takes you 7 years in the past. I feel like a lot of people have said that it also takes you 7 years into the future, but I have not. No, it does not. It only takes you 7 years into the past, okay? Get it right. But anyways, every time they leave their apartments, they're in their respective time periods. So obviously Clementine is in the present, and Iwan. I don't know how to say his name, I'm sorry. He goes back to his present, which is 7 years in the past, but he never goes into the future, is what I'm saying. And just because Clementine goes from the past to the present, she's not going into the future. Did I talk about my review yet? No. This is getting good. We're starting off great. Okay, so let's see what I said. I said I had a very slow start getting into this book because of it having to follow Spark of the Everflame, but once I got into it, I absolutely loved it. It was heart-wrenching, it was beautiful, I laughed, I cried, and then I said I genuinely want to go back and reread it. It was simultaneously light and dark, but oh so real. And why do I talk like this when I'm typing? I think I will reread this year because talking about it now, I want to be back in this world. So yes, again, ew. I'm wearing new pants and I'm covered in cat fur. I just feel like it would have gotten a 5-star as well. So I want to test that theory, and I already want to reread this book. So that is the 7-year slip, and I don't know if I ever actually said anything. I mean, I guess it says she lives 7 years in his future, but he never goes to the future. He stays in his present. She's the only one who goes back to the past. We're gonna stop because I'm literally just arguing with myself right now. Okay, the next book that I read is Butcher and Blackbird, which I gave 4.75 stars. And I'm sorry, do you ever look at your tabs and see how like this? There's like nothing right here and it bothers me. Anyways, this is the story of two serial killers. Just two serial killers. You ever just want to quit? Do you ever just want to quit? Let's try that again. So Butcher and Blackbird follows two serial killers, Rowan and Sloan. I say her name Sloan because I just think it's funny that his name is Rowan and her name is Sloan. I'm just like, Rowan and Sloan, like really? I know that's not how you pronounce it, but it's just like, really? We follow them as they have their yearly game of killing another serial killer. It spans like a couple of years, like I mean not even 2, I think it'd be like 3 or 4 years. Like we watch them fall in love. We don't see everything that happens in between, but I really like the pacing of this book, and I honestly enjoyed what glimpses of their real life we did get. I wrote fan freaking tastic. So funny, so different. It was gross and sexy and truly a fun read. I loved following Sloan and Rowan, also their names rhyme, hehe, and getting to see them fall in love over the years. I enjoyed this book. It's the first in a series, the Ruinous Love Trilogy, and I'm really excited to get into the brothers' perspectives. The brothers' perspectives as well. I just thought it was really fun. It was very different, and I quite enjoyed it. Oh. Hi! Show them your outfit! Show them your outfit! Show them your outfit! The Hunter x Hunter shirt and the Hunter x Hunter pants. Ah. I told him to wear that as a joke, and he actually came out and wore it.
That was not a crisp high five.
It was not. That was horrible. Ooh, so I only had 3 tab categories. I put aw, ooh, ooh, awooga. That was my first one. And then my second one was actual laugh out loud moments, or WTF moments. And then my general crystal tab and what haves you. I don't know what more I can say. I feel like I could say a lot more, but I am a woman of very little words. La la la. Binks is a funny gal. Whenever she hears the toilet, she runs into the bathroom. I don't know why. She asks for pets while we're on the John. So, yes. The next book that I read is Child of the Sun. So, why can I not talk? Trial of the Sun Queen by Nisha J. Tully, and I gave this book 3.75 stars. I thought the concept was really fun. I enjoyed the world building very much. I wanted to like this book so much. I was really excited to read this book, and it obviously I gave it 3.75 stars, so it was still very good, but it fell short, and I don't know why, and I don't know where, but there was something missing, and I honestly don't know what it is. It just felt like there was something missing. I am going to continue on with the series. I'm really curious to find out what goes on in the next book, but I just felt like I was waiting for more and it never came. But I still am interested enough to continue on with the series. But anyways, the Trial of the Sun Queen follows Lore. She is a part of the Aurora Kingdom, but she is in jail. She is in prison. She is a prisoner until one day she is released and finds herself in the Sun Kingdom. She wakes up in the Sun, like, palace. Let's just say that because I cannot think of words. She is there for the Sun Queen trials. The Sun King finds his queen with the Sun Queen trials. But then we get the perspective of the Aurora King's son, and I'm sure that will come up more in the second book, but for the first book, I just feel like, not that it was unnecessary, because it is setting up something, and maybe I'm just remembering incorrectly, but I feel like I felt this way while I was reading it as well. I was questioning why we were getting this perspective. There are some things that we do find out during, what is his name? Nadir. We find stuff out during his perspective. During his perspective, but it also just felt, I don't know, maybe the fact that they don't ever actually meet, and where it's not like a love story where we are getting both people's in the relationship's perspective, but it kind of took me out of the story sometimes when I would switch POVs. I don't know, my opinion of this book is so jumbled. I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed reading it. Obviously I'm going to continue on with the series, but it was interesting. Luna's here. Say hi, Nuna. Say hi, Nuna. Say hi, Nuna. Nuna. There she is. Oh no. Okay, I love her so much. She's such a sweetie heart. I can't even see her. So my camera died while I was talking about the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy, so I'm gonna try this again because I didn't really like what I said about it anyways. So the last few books that I read in February were the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy. I had a whole challenge planned for this, and unfortunately I did not finish it. I definitely feel like I could have finished it. I did end up finishing We'll Always Have Summer before February ended. I found it on Libby and I read it on my iPad. This is where my bookmark was, like right here, and then I got to that page on my iPad and it said I had like 2 hours left, and I was like, oh heck yeah, I'm gonna finish this before February ends, and so I did, and so I did that. And this trilogy follows Belly as she navigates her feelings for Conrad. Every summer they go to Cousins Beach, but in the second book, Susanna, who's the Fisher boys' mom, passes away, and then we kind of just see how that affects Belly and her relationships to the two boys, because there is a big big love triangle. It's like your basic run-of-the-mill coming-of-age story. I gave each of these books 3 stars. They were very good 3 stars. I definitely think if I had read these 10 years ago, I would have had a better appreciation for them. I think this one I found the most, not relatable. I still feel like it wasn't like super relatable for me. But this one I felt like I could understand Belly more. There were some issues in these 2 books where everything that, not everything, but a lot of what Belly was complaining about or going through, I just did not really relate to anymore. I probably could have related to them when I was in high school personally, but not anymore. So this one was probably my favorite of the 3. I enjoyed it. I feel like I would have enjoyed it more a long time ago, but I'm happy I finally read them. I'm going to have a part 2 of the vlog where I watch the series as well and like have my thoughts and reactions to that, because I have spoken about this in the past, but I really want this channel to be not just books, but I want to talk about like all forms of storytelling. Really, hi. Hey y'all. What? What? What?
I was just checking.
Oh, I was like, what are you gonna say? Just
The
say
wings
it.
look pretty good.
Oh, really?
Parmesan coating, it looks nice.
Ooh, I'm
Got a little
excited.
bit on my toes if you want.
What?
Got a little bit on my toes if you want to taste.
No, that's fine.
You're lost.
Okay. Don't remember what I was saying. Oh,
Sorry, we're gonna cut that out, alright?
no.
It's like actual Parmesan. I'm not making like a weird feet joke.
Oh my god, you have, fungus.
It's on my sock.
He has fungus.
It's on my sock. I don't have weird feet. Alright. I see myself now.
Go away!
Who's there? Who's there?
The last book that I read in February was actually an audiobook. I listened to I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. And the reason why I chose that for my audiobook is because I had been wanting to read it for quite some time. But then I saw that Jeanette is actually the one who narrated it, and that made me want to listen to it even more. I feel like my problem with audiobooks is they just sound so awkward to me. I don't know what it is, but I need like the score. I need dramatization. I want them to act their butts off, but it's like I don't get that in audiobooks, and I don't know. I mean, there must be audiobooks where it is literally like voice acting, right? Like this must be a thing where it's like a full-on production, but it's just reading the book. I don't know. If this is a thing, can you let me know? Because I would love to listen to that type of audiobook. I think there's like a dramatized reading of ACOTAR. I might try listening to that. I feel like that's kind of what I'm looking for when it comes to audiobooks, but I'm not sure yet. But anyways, I'm Glad My Mom Died. I really enjoyed it. It was eye-opening. It was really sad. It was really funny. It was nice to get a look into Jeanette's life. It was nice to see like behind what was going on. It was really sad. Honestly, there were some parts I was listening to it at work and we can't have headphones on. So it was really, there were some parts that were a little NSFW. I don't really know that I'm too interested in nonfiction, but if I find more memoirs, I guess, of people who I actually like really want to know their story, I think Kerry Washington has one I want to read. There's there's another one. I want to read the Britney Spears one. Jeanette, obviously, like I grew up on iCarly. More like that. Maybe I'll give those a listen, but, or sorry, give those a read, but I think I might give them a listen because I'd rather hear the person themselves read it. I feel like that might be the type of audiobook nonfiction that I do read. The last 3 books, because I don't remember if I had a formal February TBR like posted, but the last 3 books I had were Bride by Ali Hazelwood, The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, and Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. And it's so frustrating because I know I could have finished my The Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy challenge as well, but again, I didn't think about the last day that I would have at home before I left to New York and how obviously I had a lot of stuff to do, but I also didn't plan it very well and I took too many naps that week. But I definitely could have finished Bride. I feel like I would have finished my TBR. It's not an actual stress. I mean, it's fun to actually finish your TBR, and I was so close, but I didn't unfortunately finish my TBR for February. I was really close, and I finished Bride like the first few days of March. But I have The Love Hypothesis and Magnolia Parks up here under the rest of my March TBR, and I'm kind of ahead right now. I may be able to fit The Love Hypothesis and Magnolia Parks in there, but I'm not gonna force it. Yeah. I don't really know most of what I said. I feel like a lot of it was nonsense. I am hoping to be better for my March wrap up. I am very excited for what March has in store for me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which will be my haul from when my book buying ban was temporarily lifted. So I will see you then. Goodbye. You. Goodbye. Wait. Oh. But it fit back in, so it's gonna stay in there. My foot's asleep.